Hi everyone. As you can see, I poured this and I did not turn the camera on. I completely forgot. I looked at the camera but was not thinking about the fact that I did not have it turned on. So these are the colors I have. What is it? Tea green. Excuse me, y'all. I don't have my glasses on. And that's who it's made by. I can't pronounce it. I can't even see it. So we got that. And we got this one. I think this one came from Temu. It says peach, but it looks pink. And it's got a number on it. I can't see it, y'all. And of course I have Mad Mica, and this one is Sea Glass. It's a blue Sea Glass. And Here Comes the Bride by Mad Mica. I just mixed them and poured them randomly, as you can see in here. I debated whether I take something, you know, and kind of go through it, but I don't think I will. I think I'm going to leave it to do what it does. I have spritzed it with alcohol, trying to make sure I get the bubbles out. Oh, I will take one of these sticks and go around the edges. I forgot about that. Got to do that. I don't want no bubbles, or no bubbles sticking to the edges. And I'm probably going way too hard down in that mold. This is a Let's Resin mold, in case you're wondering. It is Let's Resin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this cure, and then I have some stickers I am going to put on it. I will show those to y'all. They're sitting over here, and I will show those to y'all when this cures before I put it on. But I'm going to put those on, and then after I get them on, I'll pour a clear coat. These things are pretty thick. Right here it says 38.6 fluid ounces. I'm assuming that's the whole thing. Has to be. But I'm still debating on if I'm gonna fill it up. Decisions. And I may add some flowers. Kind of, my mind is wanting to rethink this, but I can't because I've already poured it. So there's no rethinking to it. But I did get these flowers here out. Let me see if I can get it where you can see them. I did get these out to put in there. And I may sprinkle some of these down in there. I don't know. And I might put some of these. I don't know. And I might not put none. I ain't made up my mind. I keep going back and forth. I want to. I don't want to. I do. I don't. I mean, it's just all over the place. So, how are y'all doing? I'm having a wonderful day. Went with my grandson and my daughter this morning for, let me take this mask off. I had it on for mixing those mica powders. I went with my daughter to take my grandson Avery. He's 7 years old. He has a mass on his neck. It's when you look at a man where the Adam's apple is at, it's a little bit higher than that, and it sticks out even more than an Adam's apple does. It's actually got bigger since we noticed it. They said it's just a mass, and they're planning on doing surgery to remove it. But we went today for them to do a CAT scan. At first he wasn't having it. He was like, when we checked him in, we were standing by the door, and you know, it's those automatic doors, and my daughter Tia says, okay, let's go. And he said, okay, bye. And he walked out the door, and we went behind him, and we was like, no, you got to come in. And he started crying. He almost started crying. And he was like, I don't want no needle, because his mama had just told him, because he had to get contrast. So that meant that they were going to have to put a needle in to run the IV to put the contrast in. And of course, as most kids are, you know, he don't like the needle. So we talked to him, and he finally came in, and we went and sit. And in the waiting room, they had this little game screen where they could play games. And I went and sat by him, and I whispered in his ear, and I said, because, you know, with the CAT scan, you got to sit still. This boy does not know what that word means. He's high energy, just like his mom was when she was little, but he's even more energy because he's a boy. But I told him, you know, I said that he wouldn't be by himself, that the angels would be there with him, holding him while he gets this scan done. I said, so you think about that when you get scared. And they actually allowed us both to go in. They put a little protective thing on us, and this was weird. And I meant to tell my daughter about this. I have to call her and tell her about it. But when they gave us the things to put on, he looked at them and he said, what are those for? And the nurse goes, that's to protect them. Why did she say that? His little eyes was like, okay, they putting it on to protect them, but what about me? You ain't give me nothing to protect me. You know, and of course you don't wear it when you're the person who's receiving those tests which have radiation. But you could see in his eyes there was concern there, because he's a very smart boy, and he was like, you know, okay, they're putting something on, but, you know, why aren't you putting something on me? So he was concerned about that. Now, I have a feeling when I call her and tell her that, she's going to say, he asked me, Mama, why didn't they put something on me to protect me? You know, and my poor heart sunk when I seen the look on his face when she said that. But, you know, I stood there and was talking to him the majority of the time, telling him, remember, don't move. You got to be still. That way they can get it done and over with quick, and you don't have to do it again. I said, but if you move, then, you know, it's going to take longer. So stay very still, you know. And he did really well. Of course, typical Avery. He said, my daughter goes, well, when we get done, Avery, if you be real good and you be real still, I'll take you to McDonald's. And he said, can I do this? And will you take me for this? So he started milking it for all it was worth. I think he wanted to go to the McDonald's that has the little playground. And he asked if he could stay there 2 hours. She said an hour. And he said 2. And she's like, no, 1 hour. So he has not lost his sense of humor. He's a very humorous child, energetic child, a loving child. But he's always wanting something. When he comes to see his Mimi, what can I get? What you got for me, Mimi? So I always find something to give him, even if it's some chips or something I made or whatever. You know, he's just got to get something. But please, those of you who believe in God and Jesus Christ, please pray for my son. My grandson, and my daughter too, and put them on your prayer list and keep them in your prayers. And also, my son Corey, my oldest son, he's away for drill, and he's having issues too, and he had to go to the emergency room. I'm waiting to hear back from my daughter-in-law how he's doing, but keep him, Corey, Avery, Tia, Selena, and Jay, all my kids, and Sean and Avery. I mean, Sean and Zach. That's my 3 grandsons and my 4 children, and Kim, that's my daughter-in-law. Put them on your prayer list. Pray for them that God's will will be done in their lives. But, all right, I've kept y'all long enough. I'm going to let y'all go, and let's spray this one more time, and that's going to hopefully be it. And I will be back when this cures. I'm hoping it'll do some movement. It's really not moving much or doing much anything right now. But anyway, I'll be back once this cures, and we will add the stickers. See you later. Okay, these are cured. So we're going to go ahead and put our stickers in. This one says, don't wish for it, work for it. We're going to pull the backing off. Well, if I can get it. There we go. I'm going to find our center, and remember with these, once it goes down, that's it. Trying to see if I can keep that corner up. It's hard to. Hope they're not too soft, because let me see, can I get a light on it? Let me turn this light on so y'all can see. That's better. I'm probably going to fast forward through this. I'll do the first one, then I'll fast through. Trying not to dislodge the coaster, because if you do, it will ruin it. But this tape right here, this backing, oh my goodness, this is some strong stuff. That's why you got to make sure your coaster is good and cured, because if you don't, it'll rip up the coaster itself. I done did it. That's how I know. It was still just a little bit soft, and it started peeling up the coaster. It messed it up. All right, there we go. 1 down and 3 more to go. Next one is, and this is my daughter's saying, never give up. So we're gonna figure out where we're gonna put that. All right, so I'm gonna quit talking, and y'all won't hear that part, because I'm gonna fast forward through this next few parts. I'm going to trim this down some more. Where did I put my scissors? Oh, shoot. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so I forgot to turn the camera back on. I'm thinking that I'm going to fast forward through putting all these stickers down, UVDTFs down, and the little butterflies and everything. But I wasn't recording, so I'm not going to have to fast forward through that. But anyway, I put them down. I cut out the stickers, or the little butterflies, and added them to the words. One had a butterfly, the rest of them didn't, so I added them to the words. The key when you're doing these UVDTF is to get rid of as much excess of that clear, the tape that the words or pictures are going to be on, because that stuff will stick to that epoxy and it is so hard to get up. But leave yourself a little area where it's sticking out a little bit so that you can put your design down but still have that piece sticking up. Maybe even fold it over so it doesn't stick, because it's hard to get them off there once it gets on. And then be careful that you don't dislodge your coasters, because if you do, it's going to, the next epoxy pour is going to go down the side and it's going to ruin your whole thing. And then you'll have to figure out, do a complete top coat or something like that. But anyway, everything went well. I don't believe I dislodged anything. We will find out in the end. I've mixed some clear, and now I'm going to pour that on to these and hope I get it even, because I don't think I'm going to, fill it all the way up. We'll see. Let's go for it. Just pour it all on there. You're going to try and get everything even. I didn't add no sparkle or anything in my clear. I was thinking about it when I was stirring. I said, you know what? Nope, it's enough sparkle in the colored epoxy. So I did not add any. Let's see. And with clear, it's hard to tell. And you know, I might decide to add something that one. I can't do that because I want to get these done, and I want this to be like a beginner's video, you know, for somebody just starting out. This would be so easy to do. So yeah, I'm not going to add nothing else. I'm going to hopefully get these evened out. Like I said, it's hard to tell when you can't see clear, and when you got eyes like mine. You definitely can't see the clear. All right, I think that's gonna do it. Trying to just get every drop because you don't want to waste none. I mean, seeing how I wasted that big old hunk the other day, not intentionally though, just forgetfully, if that's a word. And if you're going to do like me and scrape that cup like that, make sure you mix it up good, or else you're going to have pockets where it's not mixed, and it'll be gooey and it'll mess your whole thing up. All right, now that we've got that, we're going to, well, first let me Gonna take a stick. Those are not gonna work. Gonna take a stick, go around the edges, because that's where the bubbles like to lodge at. So we're gonna do that on each coaster. Got that one. Shake you so you don't be dripping all over the place like I tend to do. I see a couple of drips around it that I need to wipe up. It is easier, and I won't say I do it all the time because I don't, but it is easier to clean up when it happens. I mean, yeah, you can peel it off, but it's just so much easier and nicer to clean it up when it happens. Okay. That'll be my little pile of sticks to put a little bit of alcohol on my thing. And then I'm going to wipe that up. Wipe that up. Hope that's cured. Oh, that must have was from earlier. Okay, but anyway, got that. Oh, wipe that up. That's cured too. All right. Now we got them sprayed. Now we're gonna wait for that to cure. And once it cures, I will be back. See you in a few. Hey everyone, these are done. Let's get them out. No reveal. I mean, because they're right side up. That's the back. It needs trimming, but I'm trying to decide if I'm going to trim it or do a top coat. I think I'm going to do a top coat and fill it in. I think it's what I'll do with that. That way to be nice, and it should fill, you know, just go up and fill in the edge. I might, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So there's one. It's pretty. And usually when you turn it over, you like the other side better, but I don't. I love this side better. It's pretty. Okay, there's one. Let me set this over here. And number 2. There's number 2. Pretty. And here is number 3. And I believe I said this before, but I'm gonna say it again. This is coasting. Oh my goodness. What is it, coasting? Coasting through the week, right? Hold on a minute. Hold on. All right. So I had to go to a video to get the names because y'all already know my memory is for naught. Okay, it is Coasting Through the Week, and it is hosted by Marva. I hope I'm saying that right. Please forgive me if I'm not. At Marvelous Artsy, and Tammy at Epoxy Me That, and Resin Me Up. Those are the ones who created this collaboration, and there's many others that have joined in. This will be my first. The second, my second, but actually the first, because the first one I was kind of a little late to the game, and things didn't work out like I thought they would. But this one, hopefully everything's gonna go smooth. We will see. Either way, something on that right there. Either way, please go and watch all the videos in the collaboration. I will have a link this time in in my description. Go and enjoy all the beautiful coasters or coaster made projects. And, you know, just see what everyone's doing. Let's support each other. And this is the last one. Right here. So, and I see a little smear. I don't know if y'all see me rubbing that. Both of them. Looks like it's got something on it. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to top coat it. I don't know what that is. I got to get one of my little net things that you put over it. I'm going to do these tonight. That way I don't have to scuff them up. All right, so that's that for the coasters. But I have a little, never put coasters on top of each other when they're not completely cured because they will stick. Learn from me, don't do that. All right, I did have a package come today, some things I ordered. So we're going to go ahead and look at that. At the end of this video. Just a minute. All right, I'm back. Now, let's see what we got here. This is all from Amazon. Trying my best to stay away from Temu. I do think I have a couple more packages, I think, coming from them. We'll see. So, what is this? Oh, this is a Biocollagen Real Deep Mask. This is for, why? I wish I had more light. It's just so dark. Okay. But anyway, that's what that is. I'm not going to open it. And this is some of those alcohol pens for helping to clean up when you make the mistakes and stuff. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I got the fine. Oh, where we at? There's one side. And there's the other bigger side. Yep. That's what that is. It's got 12 of them in the pack. And I do not like the way it smells. At all. So that's all that was in that box. This box is heavy. Let's see what we got. All right. First out the gate, we have, trying to open it. Oh, there it goes. There it is. We have some more of these. These here. It's a whole bunch of them. I think I got several packs of these. So there's one. I'm not going to show all of them. But, of course, you'll see some coasters and other things coming up with these in it. I'll lightly just pull all of those out. And then we got some here. And it says, I will walk by faith even when I cannot see. 2 Corinthians 5 and 7. Those are pretty. Alright. It's a whole stack of them. I forget how many's in it. Quite a few. Not gonna count them. I don't want this video to go too long. And here's another one. Alright. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Alright. I think that's it for those. I believe. Alright. And I got me some eye drops because I have dry eyes since I had my cataract surgery. Well, I had it before my cataract surgery, but it's got worse. The other day, I was doing, or I started a project, and I thought I had silicone, and I had to stop the project because I did not have silicone. So I ordered silicone. That's resin silicone, and this is the 1A. I thought it was something different than this. I have to look back. Hold on a minute. Where's my phone? Other phone. Okay. I thought it was the AO, or the really soft one. Is this the really soft one? I don't know. Platinum cured silicone for mold making. Mixed ratio 1A. Oh, 1A, 1B by weight. Oh, okay. Duh, I was reading that wrong. But yeah, this is the one that's supposed to be really soft. Let's see if I can. They put it in. Yeah, OA. Right there. OA. So it's supposed to be the really soft one. So I'm anxious to use that and maybe finish that project I started. Now that I have this. Some cotton balls, and I am ADHD and old, and all my life, and I think I've said this probably at least twice on my videos, maybe more, I've always been extremely forgetful. I mean, like, extremely forgetful. There's very little that that I remember, even from my childhood. You know, my sister will tell me things, and I'll be like, "Yeah, I don't remember that. Oh, no, I don't remember that." And she's like, "Amy, really?" And I'm like, "If I don't remember, I don't remember." If anything sticks out to me from my childhood, it was being picked at for having freckles and, you know, just the whole 9 yards. But anyway, I'm very forgetful, and remembering things is so hard. And when reading, like, I can be reading, and as I read, I forget what I read previously. And it's a struggle, especially when I'm studying God's Word. And I pray, Lord, please give me memory. If for nothing else, give me memory of your Word. But it's crazy. The other day I was praying that same prayer, and I was going to go spark, And I went to deliver these groceries to this house, and there was a young man that lived in the house that went to the mailbox, and he went back in as I was pulling up. And as I pulled up, I noticed it was a cop car there. And I almost, when I was leaving to deliver their groceries, I almost sideswiped a car because I did not see it. I guess it was in my blind zone. I don't know. Or maybe I just wasn't paying attention. To be honest, I don't know. But I almost hit them, and they laid on their horn. And thank God I didn't. But when I went there, the young man went in, and as I'm taking the groceries out and setting them down, the father comes out, and he says, "Hello, how are you today?" And now he's a cop. It's a cop car in the yard. He's a cop. And I said, "I'm doing great now, because considering I almost sideswiped the car." So I'm telling the officer I almost hit somebody. And he said, "Well, I'm glad that you didn't hit them." And I said, "Thanks be to God." And he said, "Amen." And I said, "God is good." And he said, "All the time." And I said, "All the time, God is good." And we just started talking about the Lord. And as I was talking to him about the Lord, scriptures was coming. And it's like God said to me, as long as you put it in, he'll bring it out. So I don't have to remember every word, and don't ask me for the address, like what book, what verse, what chapter, what verse. That just ain't me. Maybe one day God will put me in that place where I can do that, but right now that's not me. But just for scriptures to come out when they're needed, that is so vital, and that is so important. It's so impressive to me that God will do that. I feel like Moses, sometimes he says, "I'm not eloquent of speech," and in other words, I'm the least. So, why would you even choose me? But that's who he chooses. He chooses the ones that are deemed the least. Because if he uses me to remember something, it's him, because it's not me, because I don't remember. I mean, the majority of stuff come in and it's like it disappeared. But I say all that to say this. We was at Friday night prayer, and one of my sisters was saying the same thing about how when she reads the Bible, as she reads it, and she just went 2 years ago, she was diagnosed with breast cancer, and so she had to go through treatments and stuff. So she has what do you call it, chemo brain, meaning she doesn't remember a lot. Her brain's foggy. She's still dealing with the after effects, but she still does really well. Whether she realizes it or not, she does. I'm impressed. But anyway, she told me about this book that I'm trying to get it, that helps her with studying. And I've never been a studying person. Like I said, I've always been very forgetful. So in school, it was hard for me. If I made a C, to me that was like an A, because I was making D's and F's. Just being honest, I was most definitely not the smartest person in the class. I wasn't the dumbest, but I had these issues, and I still have them, and I still deal with them. But God is good, and he's got me through what I've needed to get through, and I've done what I've needed to do. Thanks be to him, and all glory goes to him. But anyway, I'm going to use this and see if this will help me to read through the Bible, to be able to read something and then connect other scriptures from other places in the Bible to rightfully divide the word of truth. So I'll be reading that. If anybody needs any help, now I haven't done it yet, but my cousin, my sister in church, said that this helped her immensely. So you might want to get it. Chronological Guide to the Bible. There you go. Okay, so I just want to say I have enjoyed having y'all join me. I will have the link for the collaboration, Coasting Through the Week, in the description. Please click on it and go enjoy all the fabulous creations that everyone will be creating. I thank y'all for taking time out of your busy day to stop by and watch this video. If you are a subscriber, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. Hit the bell over here so that you'll get notified when I post a video. I'm trying to get better at it. I'm just been so busy, but I'm gonna get better at it. So click that bell so you can get notifications. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Tell me what you like, what you didn't like, what you want to see, what you haven't seen. I mean, whatever, you know, just come and take it all in and be honest and tell me how you feel. I know, I'm like pulling out the air what to say right now. But anyway, you'll get a lot of that on here. I can be silly. Sometimes on purpose and sometimes not, like just now. But anyway, y'all have a blessed day. And remember to always tell the ones you love that you love them. Always speak a kind word to those around you. We don't know what anyone's going through, what they're dealing with. Always be nice and kind to everyone, even when they're not to you, because we don't know what they're going through. We don't know what they just went through, you know. So always say a kind word to those around you. I love you. God bless you. And see you later.